This is my king cutter bush hog, or rotary cutter, I think they call them. But anyway, you know, as those of you who have watched my channel know, I'm kind of hard on equipment, and I tore this thing up the other day. I don't know if you can see it down here, but there's a bend right here. And so now when the blade comes around, it hits that part right there. So I've got to get that raised back up. What happened was I was going through a field bush hogging and jumped over a stump, and it caught right there, and the power of the tractor pulled the bush hog up and bent that down like that. So I've just got to get that taken out. So I think the plan is I'm going to go in here, and that piece of steel that's supporting it underneath, I'm going to cut that piece back about here and weld a new piece in there. Once I get this jacked up straight, and then I think I'm going to take a couple of pieces and pull them from this back fin back here all the way up and then out to the front and attach it, so if it gets this again, it won't be able to pull it down quite as easy. Alright, let's get started. Okay, so by cutting that little notch out and then taking that come along and pulling that back, you can see I've got it nice and straight now. So really all I got to do now is just get some bracing in there and get it welded into the right place. Alright, so now I've got a piece of scrap steel. It's about like 1 inch by 1.25 inches or something like that, and I've got it C-clamped on there, holding that up, and I'm going to get it welded in place. I'm going to weld this piece so that I can attach this down to there, so that if this wants to go down again, it's got to take this with it. And I think that's going to give it enough strength I won't have a problem again, maybe even if I do hit a stump, I don't know. Alright, now to tie these two together, I'm just going to put a piece of steel in between here. Okay, let's let the come along down and see what happens. Okay, I think think that's going to hold it. I got to get these straps put back on, but you know, this is our belt and this is our suspenders. I think between the two of them, we might have got this thing fixed. All right, that's got me back on the tractor. Everything's nice and straight. Let's fire it up and see how the blades are going to do. I mean, I'm really sure that they're not going to hit anything anymore. I should have done a video for you before I started, but when the blade went around, every time it came around, it hit this front. So let's see how it does now. I think that's got me up and running. I need to get a new guard for my PTO shaft, but before anybody tells me about that. So anyway, I hope this video was helpful to you. It's probably not really an exercise in how can you fix your bush hog, but more of maybe an exercise in looking at a piece of broken equipment and realizing that a lot of times a bend, you can cut the bend out, straighten the part, and then weld across that to get your strength back and your rigidity back. And then I put this piece on just as an extra to help maintain this right here. So if I hit it, it's got to push this back, it's got to pull this down. And I wish I'd done a little bit different job of welding this plate in here, but anyway, I think it'll hold, and if it doesn't, then I'll be back and do it all over again. Anyway, I hope this was helpful to you, or at least interesting. Thank you for watching.